Hey guys, I'm excited to jump into our devotional today and do some yoga together. So let's get started in Ephesians chapter 3, verses 16 through 19. It says, "I pray that out of his glorious riches he may strengthen you with power through his Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. And I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power together with all the Lord's holy people, to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know that this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God." This verse is so good. I feel like I basically don't need to say anything after that because it wraps it up so well. These verses are written by Paul, and he's praying this over the church of Ephesus, some Christians in that time. But we as Christians can also take this prayer and let it be an encouragement to us. So I just want to hit on a few of the really good points that he draws in this. Where do we find our strength? In this verse here, it says that we can find it in his glorious riches and through the Holy Spirit who dwells in our hearts. When we feel like we don't have strength, we can lean on the God that is written about all throughout this Bible. Have you seen some of the stories written in here that show God's just crazy power and strength? This is the one that we can allow to live in our hearts, and through that place, allow his strength to work through us. And how do we receive this strength? By our faith in Christ and all that he's done for us. Waking up each day and keeping that at the forefront of our minds. And then it goes on to say that we can be rooted and established in his love. And I love those words that he uses. Rooted, like thinking about a tree. And that's where it gets all of its nourishment. That's how it's able to stand tall, is because of its roots. And the word establish means to make firm, stable, and permanent. And I love that definition when we think about allowing God's love to be the thing that is firm, stable, and permanent in our life. And then he goes on to say that you would have power together with all the Lord's people. This is highlighting the importance of having godly community around us. We need people that we can challenge and be challenged by, and to be reminding each other of the amazing love that God has. I learned so much from the godly people in my life. They live things that I wouldn't live, and through that we can see the different ways that God works through people. And then he says that we might grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know that this love surpasses knowledge. Isn't it amazing that God's love is so big that it's outside of our actual knowledge? We can spend every day seeking out his love and come to know more and more of it every day. And he rounds it out by saying that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God. And I believe that this is just an invitation that we could spend every day doing exactly these words and walking this out and growing closer and closer into relationship with God and with Christ. So today, while you're on your mat, I just invite you to rest on this truth and on this encouraging passage, and let this be a challenge for our daily life, to seek out this love that surpasses our comprehension. So go ahead and grab your mat and your water, and let's get started. All right, friends, so let's get started in a simple seated posture today. Bring the hands to the knees, sit up tall, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. And close the eyes. Inhale, take a deep breath in. And exhale, release it out. Drop the chin down into the chest and take some slow neck rolls over to the right, to the back, to the left, and back around, moving gently here, using the breath as you roll out the neck. Awesome, and then reversing those rolls, going to the left side. Inhale. And exhale, letting go of any tension found here today. Awesome, and then come back to center, reach the shoulders up towards the ears, and release them back down, taking some big shoulder rolls, opening up the chest and the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale. And exhale out. Awesome. And then bring those shoulder rolls forward, going the opposite direction. Inhale. And exhale. Great job. Sit up tall. And then take that left hand over to the right knee and find a simple seated twist. See if you can bring that right hand over to the left thigh, pulling yourself a little bit deeper into this twist. If that's too much today, just release it onto the mat behind you. Find your comfortable, simple seated twist. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, twist just a little bit deeper here. Inhale, come back to center. And take the right hand over to the left knee and find your twist over the left shoulder. Maybe reaching that back hand all the way around to the right thigh, if that's available to you today. Inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center, reach those fingertips high, and exhale, hands to heart center. Come onto the hands and knees and find your tabletop position. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine, inhale. And exhale, straighten that right leg all the way back, pointing through those right toes. Extending here, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull that knee into the chest. And we're going to take that right knee on top of the left and sit back into a shoelace posture. Bringing the heels beside the hips. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, reach the left fingertips high. Bend the elbow and hold hands behind the back. If the hands don't quite reach today, that's all right. Just allow them to reach towards one another, opening up the chest. Maybe it's helpful to grab onto a strap with both hands and walk the hands in as far as they'll go. Close the eyes. Take a moment to breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Slowly release the hands and then just walk them away from the body and start to fold in your shoelace pose. A really great stretch for the outer hips. Inhale. And exhale out. Awesome. Slowly walk the hands back into the body. Take the right peace sign fingers and grab onto the right big toe. Begin to extend the foot into that hand. Reaching out, getting an extended leg here. Inhale. And then exhale, opening that foot out to the side, reaching the left fingertips out to the left. Finding balance here using the core muscles. Inhale, lift the crown of the head high. Open mouth, exhale it out. Great job. Bring that foot back to the center. Take the left hand to the outside of that right leg, either to the calf or maybe to the toes. And then reach those right fingertips all the way back and get a twist here in your extended leg. Inhale. And exhale, a great balancing pose, engaging the core muscles, and a really great twist through the core. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Release that right foot down. Plant the left hand into the mat behind you and reach the right fingertips all the way back, lifting the hips high, coming into a modified wild thing posture. Inhale, open up the chest, extending through the front of the body. Exhale it out. Great job. One more deep breath in. And exhale, swing the hands forward towards the right foot and find a half split posture. Squaring off the hips towards the front, lifting the right toes away from the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Great job. Breathing into those right hamstrings. One more deep breath in. And exhale, bend into that right knee, come forward into your low lunge and reach those fingertips high. Inhale, open up the chest, stretching those left hip flexors. And exhale, release the hands down beside the foot. Tuck the back toes and lift the hips into a pyramid posture. All 10 toes pointed towards the front. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down, let the heart melt down towards that right leg. One more deep breath here in your pyramid pose. And exhale, keeping the hands planted, pull the back knee into the chest, and then extend those left toes high, coming into a standing split pose. Great job. Opening through the hips. Inhale and exhale out, bringing that chest in towards the leg. One more deep breath in. And exhale, slowly bend that left knee and plant the foot into the mat. Inhale, roll up all the way into extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. Step that left foot all the way back and come down into a runner's lunge, planting the hands beside the foot, bending deep into that right knee. Inhale, open up the chest towards the front. And exhale, reach the right fingertips high, coming into a revolved side angle. Great job opening up the chest. Inhale. And exhale, release that right hand down, open into warrior two. Opening the chest and the hips towards the left side, extending, inhale. And exhale, reach the fingertips high, turn the left toes out. And exhale, bend the knees and the elbows, sinking the hips low into a goddess pose. Open up the chest. Inhale. Spread those fingertips out wide, getting nice strong arms and legs. And exhale it out. Great job. One more deep breath in. And exhale, turn the hips back towards the front and find your crescent lunge. Opening up the chest, reaching the fingertips high. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back and take your Vinyasa flow. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Take a moment here to breathe into your downward dog, maybe walking out the feet. And then we're going to release onto the knees, sink the hips back and find a child's pose. Reaching through those fingers, extending all the way through the back. Inhale. And exhale, roll back into your tabletop position. Reach the left toes all the way back and extend here through the leg. Pointing those toes, inhale. And exhale, pull the knee into the chest and then place that left knee on top of the right. Sit back into shoelace pose. Inhale, reach the right fingertips high. Exhale, bend the elbow and hold hands behind the back, or maybe using that strap again. Inhale, close the eyes, opening up here through the chest and through the hips. Exhale it out. Great job. Release the hands, walk them away from the body, and begin to fold down over the legs in your shoelace pose. Getting a deeper stretch through the hips. Inhale and exhale it out. Slowly come back to center. Use the left peace sign fingers to grab onto the big toe and extend that foot forward in your extended leg. Inhale and exhale it out. Great job. Inhale, begin to open that foot out to the side. Open up the right arm long. Getting a deeper hip stretch here. Inhale, open up the chest, sitting up tall. And exhale, bring that left foot back to the front. Take the right hand to the outside of the leg or the foot and reach those left fingertips all the way back, getting a twist. Inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Awesome. One more deep breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Gently release that left foot down, plant the right hand, and open into your modified wild thing pose. Reaching those left fingertips all the way back, open up the chest. Exhale it out. Awesome. One more deep breath in. And exhale, swing the fingertips forward and come into your half split pose. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, squaring off the hips. Great job. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, bend into that left knee. Find your low lunge. Reach the fingertips high. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, breathing into the hip. And exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, and come into pyramid pose. Pointing those toes forward. Inhale, half lift over the leg. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, pull that right knee into the chest. And then exhale, extend those toes high. Come into your standing split. Awesome. Inhale, breathing here. Maybe the toes don't go straight up and down today. That's all right. Just coming to wherever it's available to you and breathing into the hips. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release that right foot down. Inhale, reach high, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart, and step that right foot all the way back, coming into your runner's lunge. So planting the hands beside the foot. Inhale, squaring off the hips. Open mouth, exhale it out. Inhale, reach the left fingertips high. And exhale, revolved side angle pose. Inhale, reaching. And open mouth, exhale. Great job. Release that left hand down and open all the way into a warrior two pose. Inhale, extending through those fingertips. Exhale, sink the hips low, coming into your lunge. Inhale, reach the fingertips high, turn the right toes out, and exhale, cactus arms, and squat deeply into your goddess pose. Inhale, pull those elbows back, opening up the shoulders a little bit more. Great job. Exhale. making sure to tuck that tailbone in so you're not puffing out the tailbone, but keeping everything in really good alignment here. One more deep breath in. And exhale, turn the toes back towards the front. Reach the fingertips high into high crescent lunge. Inhale. And exhale, drop the hands down, step it back, and take your Vinyasa flow. Ending in your downward facing dog. Take a moment to breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. And exhale, step or hop into a forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up into your extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take that right foot on top of the left thigh, coming into a standing pigeon pose. And then inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, hands to heart center as you bend the knee and come a little bit deeper into this hip stretch, finding your balance through that left foot. Let's take a moment to breathe here in our standing pigeon pose. Inhale. And exhale. Great job. One more deep breath in. And exhale, take peace sign fingers, grab onto that right big toe and extend out into your standing extended leg, taking our same posture, but just adding some balancing to it today. Open up the left arm long, inhale, standing tall, rooting through that left foot. Exhale it out. Great job. One last deep breath in. And exhale, step that right foot all the way back and come into a high crescent lunge. Great job. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm. And exhale, take it back for peaceful warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten through that left leg and tilt down into triangle pose, following those right fingertips with your gaze. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down, step the foot back, and take your Vinyasa flow. Using the breath here, great job. Inhale, bring the gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or hop into your forward fold. Inhale, slowly reach the fingertips all the way high into extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring the weight into the right foot, and we're going to take that left foot on top of the right thigh. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, hands to heart as you begin to bend into that right knee. Taking your standing pigeon on the other side. Great job, allowing that bent knee to give the hip a little bit deeper stretch. One more deep breath in. And exhale, use the left peace sign fingers to grab onto the left toes and open into your standing extended leg. Opening up the leg to the side and the right fingertips to the side. Inhale, standing tall. Open mouth, exhale it out. One more deep breath in. And exhale, step that foot all the way back into a high crescent lunge. Awesome. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm. And exhale, take it back for peaceful warrior. Inhale, extending. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten the right leg and tilt down into triangle pose. Inhale, lift the gaze high. Exhale it out. Awesome. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step it back, take your Vinyasa flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. And exhale, step or hop through, coming to seated. Give those knees a big hug in towards the chest. And then as you release the feet into the mat, lift the hips away, coming into a bridge pose. Opening up the chest. Maybe holding hands underneath the body if that feels good. Using that strength in the legs to lift those hips high. Inhale. And exhale. And then moving the hands to the lower back, planting the elbows into the mat, begin to lift one foot at a time, coming into a shoulder stand. Reaching the toes towards the sky. Getting a little bit of an inversion here. Reversing the blood flow. Inhale. And exhale. You can either stay here or flex through the feet and start to release the toes down towards the mat, coming into a plow pose. Inhale wherever you're at. Exhale it out. If you're in plow pose, think about drawing the chin into the chest, protecting the neck. Inhale, elongating through the spine. Exhale it out. One more deep breath in. Great job. And exhale, come back through shoulder stand if you weren't there already. And slowly roll the spine back down onto the mat. Reach those fingertips up and over, getting a long body stretch. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands down beside the body and come into your final resting posture in Shavasana pose. Close the eyes, tune back into the breath. And as we're here, I want to leave you with just a few questions to spend some time in prayer or journaling today. Are you rooted and established in the love of God? Is it your foundation? Do you have a godly community that you can grow in, be challenged by, and continuously seek out the depths of God's love together? What does it mean for you that God's love surpasses your knowledge and is a love that can completely fill your heart? God, I thank you so much for this practice, for this time of resting and focusing on your word. Lord, I thank you that we can be so encouraged by this prayer. God, that your strength can be in our innermost being whenever we set our faith and our trust in you. God, help us to be rooted and established in your truth. Help us to keep our gaze locked on yours. And God, give us people in our life that we can challenge each other and grow and seek out your truth together. Lord, I thank you for this truth. I pray all these things in your name. Amen. Thank you guys so much for getting on your mat with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.